Alright, so today's project, we'll be pulling the rear tire off the Can-Am Ryker. Now I have the monster nuts in mine, so you'll notice there's a plastic plunger in there. So it just stayed in, it's fine. But that's a, what is it, 5/16 Allen wrench, if you have them. If not, don't worry about that. Tools we'll be using to remove the rear tire. It's a 15mm socket. Your specialized, I got this one from Sling Mods for the lug nut. You will need a torque wrench capable of doing at least 250 pounds. Mine goes to 300. A rubber mallet, mine's plastic, a jack, and I'm going to use a soft cloth on the jack just so I don't scratch any paint. And for the fender, because I'm going to replace the fender while I'm doing this, you need 8mm for the license plate. Small screwdriver, that should be for just removing the lock pin on the lug nut. T15, T20, and a T30, a 3/16 drill bit, 3/16 rivets. You don't have to use rivets, but I got the wide ones. A rivet tool, and a drill. A nice cold can of beer. See, the mountains are blue. Alright, so my lock pin is kind of wedged in there. So I'll just pry it out. There we go. And once it's out, you can just have it fly right in your face. Before you lift it up, you're going to want to break the tension off the nut first. So all you got to do is just get it loose. Don't take it all the way off just yet. But also, we're going to have to release the brake caliper. As you can see, it's bolted to the rim, and the brake pads hug the caliper, or the rotor, my bad. This is the caliper right here, but the rotor is attached to the rim. And to get those off, it's not that hard. You got these two 15mm bolts, and it holds. They're not threaded all the way, they're only threaded like this far, but they're holding on right here and at the bottom. Alright, so I'm probably going to struggle with this one. I only weigh 190 pounds and I got to break 221 foot-pounds of torque. Oh geez, that wasn't hard at all. That's not good. Alright, now we're going to take these two bolts off, and once we do that, this whole back fender is going to come off. If you have a rally, and I have the rally, if you have the ace, your fender won't come off, but you'll be able to move it out of the way to get your tire off. See, there's Loctite on it. There seems to be some moisture stuck in there too. Oops. So now the whole caliper can come off. You can pull it out, just lay it to the side. Now we'll lift the bike. Okay, so right in front of the swing arm, you'll see this panel here. It's a little funky groove in it. Your lift point is just under that. So you'll see it's got the body plug on there, and that's all metal. It's okay. If your jack's got a cup in it, you don't really have to worry about the plastic piece there. Good enough. Alright, now we're going to finish pulling the lug nut and the washer out. And if you're having trouble getting the tire off, you might need to hit it with a mallet a few times. Okay, so that's the rear tire removal. Now let's get to the fender. Alright, so there's another little screw right here. That's probably a 20 or a 15. Just let me check real quick. And yes, it is a T20. A little torque bit. Yeah, my stuff's a little bit rusty. And then you have 2 pop rivets. Those will need to be drilled out. And that's what the 3/16 drill bit is for. And now for the back part of the fender. You've got 5 T20s underneath the tail lights. There's one here, one here. And then on the swing arm side, you got one here, one here, and one under here. And then you have a T30 and 2 T15s under the license plate. So there's your T30 and then 2 T15s. Now, start by taking this little screw out. It's a little trumpet head screw. Alright, now comes the fun part. And if your rivets decide to stay in, just pop them out. Alright, I just put one bolt back in to get this thing off the ground, be a little bit easier to work on. One of the big long bolts. It's not screwed down or anything like that. T30 for the big bolt. And it does have Loctite on it. And T15 for the license plate light. Mine's a little dirty. You know, let's have keep track of which color wire goes where. So black is on the right hand side, red is on the left hand side. Alright, moving on to the 5 T20s. Hold on your lights here. So that wasn't supposed to happen. Just sheared off the freaking tabs that hold it on there. They don't need to be that freaking tight. You know, Gorilla glue them back on. Okay, and then you got another T30. I guess you didn't even have to take the wires off. Could have just left the wires on there. So much Loctite on this thing. It's a 10mm nut that holds the top piece on. So if it wants to give you hell, pull your bit out, grab a 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch socket, fits right in. And voila! And in your old Fender, you're gonna have to take these moon clips out too. Alright, got our full Fender. Make sure you put the moon clips. This goes inside the tab here, so the flat side's facing out. They'll just click right in. Alright. This has to go in behind that. Alright, work our little trumpet screw in first. Now our rivet gun, our tool. You have to find out the correct size of your rivet. Alright, now we can start putting it back together. Alright, so once the full fender is on, you can see I just held this whole thing, the whole back side up with just putting this bolt in there. You can take this bolt out. You can see it's loose now. So you can just move it out of the way. Get your tire in there. Got enough room for wiggle room. And I have to repair this piece before I put that back on, but just put it back on how we took it off. Alright. Move the fender out of the way, slide the tire underneath. Make sure you put your washer in. Beveled side goes in the tire. And your castle nut, the lug nut. Just hand tighten it for now. Lower the bike back down. And now we get to tighten it up. Alright, now here comes the hardest part. Getting these bolts back into the caliper. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to lift this up. You can see what I'm doing, but I'll just start with the top one. And to get your caliper back on, make sure your brake pads are spread apart, and then they slide right over the rotor. And yes, my stripes are off by about 2 millimeters on the back here. But oh well. I put them all on while it was off. There you go, a rally with an Ace Fender. There's just enough room. I imagine I'll have rocks traveling through there quite a bit, but same thing happens on the front. Nice bird poop. Probably put a stripe on right here too. Alright. Hope somebody finds this video useful. Y'all take care, stay safe, and enjoy the ride.